I thought I'd do a video today around the Snig Hill area, Angel Street and Haymarket area, and just show you how the council's destroyed it. So just here on Bridge Street, there used to be a little bus station here where people could come in on the buses. There's the law centre there. You've got the new West Bar development and then more offices and flats and whatever. So we'll have a walk up Snig Hill. And Snig Hill came from, what they used to do is snig an extra horse to get the horses up this hill. We've got a bit of grey to green here. So just here you've got what was the Black Swan, Mucky Duck, Bulwark. Used to be barbers in the bottom, I think Italian barbers. I mean, this is pretty old, this development around here. You can see the Castle House Co-op. Once a fantastic building. It's got a bit of use in it now, but since the co-op moved out and lately the cooperative food place has moved out as well, it's probably not used. It's a listed building. It's got a beautiful spiral staircase in it. And it's a shame you can't even see that anymore. So just here, the Black Swan. Got the original South Yorkshire Police headquarters, which is not there anymore. It's still Snig Hill, but it's not the headquarters anymore. We have got a little bit of our history here. Picture of a furnaceman. Now just here where you've got the Premier Inn was originally the ABC cinema, built in the 1960s. Only lasted probably about 30 years. I was parking on that in 2000 because it was just open land. It was a fantastic cinema that, and it's a real shame it shut down. After the Gaumont, it was my favourite cinema. Probably a bit bigger than Gaumont, but it wasn't as luxurious as the Gaumont. So just here we had a Poundland here, and even Poundland can't succeed. Here you've got what was Cockane's, beautiful store. Problem is this area got bombed in the war, so this Cockane's store here was rebuilt in the 50s and 60s. Then it got took over by Schofield's. It's been Argos of late, but that's shut down as well now. But you can just see there's zero use around here. Completely desolate. And that's what the council do, they just trash smaller businesses, but they've even done it to the large businesses this time. I think they've done far more damage than the Germans ever did in the Second World War. So here you've got King Street, which was the CNA building. So CNA was it in the war, and that was rebuilt. It's not been CNA for a long time, but where it says King Street in that building, that's going to be, I think, a 30 or 40 tall skyscraper. I mean, it should have started by now, but it hasn't. It's going to be called King's Tower, you won't believe it. Now, at the start of lockdown, there was a few markets on here, food markets, and they were never allowed to establish, and now I think that's just the clothes shop just there. You see Castle House. What a wonderful building, it's not being used. It have made an absolute fantastic market hall. So I'll now pop down onto the Haymarket and show you the Haymarket area. Now they've destroyed that as well. So we're now looking down or up King Street. You can see the old C&A building. There used to be a fantastic store, and C&A was actually came here before the Second World War. It was actually, I think, a Dutch company. So we didn't need the EU to have foreign businesses here if they were any good, and that was a good business. So where we've got KFC, there used to be 4 units just here, and one of them, well, it was known as Dunn's Corner. There was 4 shops on this corner, and one was Dunn's, and it went up quite a bit. My dad actually worked here before he went into Dave United's. Just here, you got the old Yorkshire Bank. That was originally the Sheffield Stock Exchange, so that's not used anymore. Got another cheap shop there. Got B&M here. Now that was originally British Home Stores. Used to be 2 stories when I remember it, and you used to come across on a bridge from one side to the other. So Fulton Foods has died now. Then next door to it you've got the Wilco's that's recently closed. Then you've got the Shoe Zone that's closed, and if I just walk across and just show you from the other side. So we've got a Subway here, another closed shop there, Heron Food. Then other side of it, this is like a Tudor frontage. I think it's a mock Tudor. I don't think it was back to Elizabethan times, but I'm not sure if it was just here or further along somewhere here. There was a Davis Cafe, but there's also another Davis Cafe on that corner, which I'll show you in a moment. So we've got Dixon Lane here, which would have took you down to the old rag and tag market. Down here once had some really good shops. As you can see, there's nothing down here. There's the pub at the bottom, the Norfolk Arms, but there used to be Barrow Boys down here. I've seen pictures from the 1950s, and they look fantastic down here. Absolute beehive of people around here. So you've got the original town hall that shut down in the 1900s, became the court building up to about 2000, and now it's not got any use anymore. It'd be great to see it either as a plush hotel or a museum for Sheffield, focusing both on industrial and medieval past. But you can see the co-op from this angle. The food place in the bottom's gone. Then you've got the Cannon pub next door, which has been shut for a long time. It's been done up, but nothing in there. So that was originally Davies as well, just there. So you can see the old Castle Market just here that's been shut since they built the new market at the bottom of the moor. Absolute stupid decision, because it's totally at the other end of the Sheffield now, and the new market all at the bottom of moor. It's not my cup of tea. But this originally would have been Castle Hill Market. Then in the 50s, 60s they made it into the modern Castle Market we all know. This was the outdoor section of the Castle Market. But just look at this lot. I mean, it's just sad. It was once a busy thriving area, and we're actually at about 12 o'clock on a Saturday, and you can just see there's nothing around here anymore. It's absolutely dead. So I'll just take you a quick walk down here. So that takes you down to the Brewer on the Bridge. You can see the original Brewer on the Bridge pub there. So all this side was the Castle Market, absolutely massive. I think there was a footway across from here to here as well. And what I'll do is, well, I'll just show you quickly. You can see there was the sheaf market. I'm talking about the 1960s sheaf market. And I'll go down Commercial Street to carry on and start to show you where the old rag and take market was, etc. So just here now, we're on Commercial Street. So this was the old Yorkshire Bank. But when they put the super tram in, they destroyed High Street, killed off all the local names, and it's never recovered High Street. So we got Canada House here, originally the Sheffield Gas Lighting Company. What a fantastic building. That's empty now. I can remember that being a Chinese type of place, or Oriental. I mean, everything's just shut. I mean, I was protesting today, but I'm not going to get soaked anymore protesting against the clean air zone. There's just not enough people willing to come out and fight for freedom, and I'm not fighting for everybody else. So I'll just raise awareness and hope people wake up. So down here was the original rag and tag market. There were other buildings as well. And what I'll do is I'll just get down this stairway onto the bottom and explain things more. So we're now at the bottom of Dixon Lane, and this building here would have been the old Norfolk Market Hall. Goes across to there. Took me a while to work out where the old Norfolk Market Hall was, but you can see why Dixon Lane used to be so busy at one bit. People used to flood down here into the rag and tag market. You can see the old Norfolk Arms, but this is where the rag and tag market was. I'm working out, broadly speaking. So if you imagine looking across here and down there to where the Parkway roundabout is, there were some buildings, but most of it was the original sheaf market, and that was like covered market stalls. You probably walk under it without getting wet. And then on the left hand, on this side here, was a market called Castle Folds. Now Castle Folds was the actual wholesale fruit and veg side of things. And that looked very like the sheaf market, so if you look down at it you think it was the same market, but that was sort of from there up to the road I've just shown you at the other side. We'll come round to the other side and I'll show you better from around there. So the roads have changed a bit around here, but where you see that building there would have been the bottom end of the rag and tag market, and then the next section across here would have been Castle Folds fruit and veg market. Which came right up to the road up there that cuts down through Castle Market. I'll walk a bit further around. So this would have been Castle Folds all along here. And where you can see the Q car park, that would have been Castle Folds to the back of there. Now, I lost track of where the old sheaf market was, the 60s market, and if you look at that red brick building, the old sheaf market, well the 50s, 60s sheaf market came down here. And it was actually built on top of the Castle Folds market. what's really had me is understanding where the corn exchange was, and I've worked it out from the roads around here. And if you look at just here, you can see we're on Wharf Street. So Wharf Street goes to the bottom and then to the right, and the old corn exchange was just here. So this Wharf Street was like the back left and right hand side of it, and the corn exchange was just here. And it was absolutely a fantastic looking building, knocked down in the 60s. It could have been rebuilt because it had a fire in 1948, I think, and then it was knocked down in 62. So this is where the old corn exchange was. And then looking across there, you would have seen Castle Folds, which then became the indoor sheaf market, and then to the left of it was the rag and tag market. If you go to that bottom building, so you got this first building and the next one, that would have been where the rag and tag market was, and then progressively you move up to Castle Folds market, and then the modern sheaf market we all knew and probably loved. But this is such a historical area of Sheffield that goes back 750 years, and to me they just trashed it. So looking down there, that would have been where the corn exchange was, so it got in the way of progress. They didn't want the historical side of Sheffield keeping, and they just bulldozed it down. And we'll just have a quick walk around the corner, so you can see where the boards are. That's where Castle Market, Sheffield would have been. And I think we're on Exchange Place. Yeah, I think the road running through it is Exchange Place up there. And then the other road along here is Exchange as well. But do walk down here and have a look around for yourself, try and work it out and things in your own mind, how things were. There you can see fantastic corn exchange building, and there I think was the Norfolk Market Hall, and you can see the road in between. That road there, I'm trying to just get it on me, sorry, that road there, wait, where that road's on that map, you can see the Norfolk Exchange, and that's that road up there. What we knew was the Woolworths Wilco building was predominantly what was Norfolk Market Hall. Things have changed so much around here, but this road has stayed constant, and that's how you can work things out. But let's just pop round the corner. You can see all the greater green. Complete waste of money, there's no people around here. And it used to be absolutely heaving with people. People had come down from the Park Hill and Hyde Park flats down to the market area. It was there for a predominant reason. There was also loads of car parking around here. My dad said it was free, but prior to that there was a little bit of a charge. But here where you can see the Alexander was a big theatre, held about 5,000. That was knocked down in the 1900s. We've got the River Don just there, and just cutting in across from there to there is the River Sheaf in a concrete culvert, and this is the bottom end of the Castle Market. So that's a quick tour around the dereliction in this area of Sheffield. Shameful by Sheffield City Council, our heritage is totally trashed. So this week Palestinian protesters outside the town hall in Sheffield. All I'm going to say on the subject again is there's two sides to this. There's atrocities being committed by both sides. The thing that has never helped is the 1917 Balfour Agreement, then the United Nations partitioned it in 1948, and then the land that's been taken off the Palestinians since then as well. So, but I said, atrocities have been committed on both sides and it needs to be sorted out peacefully.